Tonight I want to show you something that once understood changes the way you look at your entire life. You have been taught to look outside yourself for the cause of things. You look to circumstances. You look to other people. You look to money, opportunity, timing, luck, astrology, signs, predictions, and evidence. And when these things appear favorable, you say, "Now I can believe." But I tell you that you have it backwards. The thing you are looking for is the thing that is looking. The dreamer is in you, and the name of that dreamer is I Am. Scripture tells us that God makes himself known in dreams and visions. But I would go further and tell you that the entire drama recorded in Scripture is taking place within you. The characters, the journeys, the revelations, the battles, the promises, all of it unfolds in the consciousness of man. And if you understand this, you will stop waiting for the world to tell you who you are. You will begin telling the world, there is only one God, and that God is your own wonderful I Am. This is the most difficult thing for man to accept, because we have been trained to believe in other gods. Not necessarily gods made of stone. Modern man has much more sophisticated idols. He calls them circumstances. He calls them statistics. He calls them experts. He calls them probability. He calls them the past. He says, well, given what has happened before, this is what will happen again. And there is your God. You have given your past the authority to tell you what your future must be. You have given another person the authority to tell you what you are worth. You have given your bank account the authority to tell you whether you are prosperous. You have given your present circumstances the authority to tell you what is possible. And then you wonder why you feel powerless. You have turned to another God. I am not asking you to deny what you see. I am asking you to understand what you are seeing. The world you see is not the cause. It is the reflection. And the thing being reflected is the state you have occupied. So let us make this practical. Tonight, after you hear me, I want you to catch yourself whenever you say the words, I am. Not occasionally. Listen for them. I am broke. I am unlucky. I am always overlooked. I am behind. I am not good enough. I am afraid. I am stuck. Notice what happens after those two little words, because the words themselves are not harmless. You have just named your God. You have taken the creative power of I Am and attached it to a condition, and then you expect the condition to remain merely a thought. It will not. You are constantly giving identity to states. And whatever state you identify with begins to color the world you see, the choices you make, the things you notice, and the future you permit yourself to imagine. So the exercise is very simple. Tonight, choose one thing you desire, not 10 things. 1. Perhaps it is health. Perhaps it is prosperity. Perhaps it is a relationship. Perhaps it is a new position. Perhaps it is simply the feeling that your life is moving forward. Now ask yourself, what would I be if this were already true? Do not ask how it will happen. Do not ask when it will happen. Do not ask who will make it happen. And above all, do not go looking outside yourself for permission to believe it. Instead, become interested in the state itself. Suppose you wanted to be prosperous. Do not merely say, I want money. That keeps you in wanting. Instead, enter the state of being the person for whom prosperity is already a fact. Say inwardly, I am prosperous. Then stop. Feel what those words mean when you are no longer arguing with them. You need not shout them. You need not repeat them 1,000 times. You need only to cease contradicting them. This is where most people fail. They claim something inwardly and then immediately look outward. Did anything change? Did I get the email? Did the money arrive? Did she call? Did I receive the opportunity? And when nothing has changed in 5 minutes, they abandon the state and return to the old God, the God of circumstances, the God of evidence, the God of appearances. But I tell you, the evidence does not come first. You do. This is why Scripture says, "Be still and know that I am God." Be still. Not merely physically. Become still in your argument with appearances. Stop asking the outside world to certify your identity. For a few moments each night, withdraw from what appears to be and enter what you would like to be. And do it from the inside. This is not pretending. It is not forcing yourself to believe something that feels absurd. It is choosing which state will have your attention. There is a tremendous difference. Let me give you another way to do it. Tonight, when you are lying in bed and the body is becoming quiet, choose one tiny scene that would naturally occur if your desire were fulfilled. Perhaps a friend congratulates you. Perhaps you see your new home. Perhaps someone shakes your hand and says, "You did it." Perhaps you look at your bank account and feel the quiet relief of knowing you are secure. Keep it small. Keep it simple. Then experience it. Not as something you are hoping will happen. Experience it as something that has happened. Hear the words. Feel the atmosphere. Notice the little detail. And then let yourself fall asleep in that state. You are not trying to force tomorrow. You are changing the one thing you can change immediately. Who you are being now. And this brings us back to the dreamer. A woman once described to me a remarkable experience. In a dream, she saw a beautiful woman standing before her. She looked more closely and realized she was looking at herself. That is the revelation. The dreamer is not some distant being waiting to appear. You are looking at yourself. And when all the false gods die away, you discover that the God you were seeking was your own I am all along. This is why I tell you not to look for Christ somewhere outside yourself. If the Christ you imagine is entirely unlike you, you have created another God. The discovery is inward. And the first revelation is extraordinarily simple. I am. Before you say what you are, you are. Before you say, I am rich, I am poor, I am loved, I am rejected, I am successful, or I am a failure, there is simply I am. That is the foundation. And then comes your choice. What will you place after it? This is why I say that man is purified by the death of his delusions. One false god after another must lose its authority. You stop saying, my circumstances determine me. You stop saying, other people determine me. You stop saying, my past determines me. You stop saying, I need evidence before I can believe. And eventually, there is only one authority left. I am. Your own wonderful human imagination. Your own consciousness. Your own awareness of being. Now you may say, but Neville, what if I don't believe it? Then do not fight yourself. Begin smaller. If you cannot sincerely say, I am wealthy, perhaps you can say, I am becoming comfortable with the idea of prosperity. If that is still too great, say, I am open to a different life. Move the state inward gradually. But do not hand your authority back to the outside world. And when the old state returns tomorrow, as old states sometimes do not make an enemy of it. Simply notice it. There it is. The old God asking for worship again. You need not worship it. Return to I am. Return to the state you have chosen. Return to the little scene. Return to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And do not demand that the world show you anything immediately. The seed does not become a tree because you dig it up every morning to see whether it has grown. Plant it. Enter the state. Leave it alone. This is the secret, hidden in the simplest words you speak every day. I am. You are saying them constantly. The question is not whether you are using this power. You are. The question is what you are using it to become. So tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do one thing. Close your eyes. Become still. Forget for a moment what the world says you are. And ask yourself, if I were already the person I desire to be, what would I be feeling right now? Find that feeling. Give it a scene. Enter it. And then quietly, without strain, say, I am. Follow it with the identity you have chosen. And let yourself experience the fact of it. Do not look outside yourself for confirmation. Do not ask another God to tell you whether it is possible. You have already been given the power. You are the dreamer. And when you finally awaken to who is dreaming, you discover something astonishing. You were never waiting for the world to change you. You were waiting to remember who was changing the world. I am. That is the beginning, and that is the end.